So, Bismillah, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today, inshallah, we'll talk about the continuity and end behavior limit, the meaning of the continuity if you want to graph any function. So, if you draw the graph without removing the pen, it means there is no holes, there is no gaps at the graph. It means this function or the graph of this function is continuity function. But if you remove the pen and then you put a pen in again to continue graphing the function, it means this function is discontinuity function. So we have two type of graphs. So the first one that we have here, we have the function as you see now. We graph the function without removing the pen. It means this function is continuity function. So how we know that the function is continuity or discontinuity without using the graph? From the algebraic way. Number one, you have to check that there is a value for the function at this point. What is the meaning? To check if the function has a value or not, we need to check for the point C. If you replace x with C, then you will find a value of the function or not. So suppose that we have the function f of x is equals 3x plus 2. We need to check if there is a value for x at 2 or not. The value of the function when x equals 2 or not. When I replace x equals 2, then what is the answer that I will find?
8.
8. It means when x equals 2, then there is a value of the function which is equals to 8. It means there is a value for the function. So that is the first point. The first point, we need to check if there is a value for the function or not. Number two, we need to check for the limit. What is the meaning of a limit? When you are closing to the number 2, when x is closest to b2, what is the meaning of close to b2? What is the closest number to 2? Which is 1.9, 1.99, 1.999. When the answer now is 1.9, what is the value for the function? Replace x with 1.9. What is the value of the function? 3 times 1.9 plus 2. 3 times 1.9.
7.7.
7.7. Okay, just a minute. So when I say x, that's x and that's y. When x 1.9, it will be 7.7. What if x equals 1.9? 99.
7.97.
7.97. Okay. What if x equals 1.999?
7.997.
7.997. So when x equals 2, then you will find that the value of y equals, or the value of the function equals 8. Then when x is closest to b2, the value of y is closest to b8. Is that right?
Yeah.
So now we are closing to b2 from the left side or from the right side? 1.8. Oh, sorry, 1.9. 1.9 is close to b2 from the left side or from the right side? It's before or after 2 on the number line. If you have a number line like that, that's 2. So it's mean if you want to represent 1.9, you will represent at the left of 2. It's mean it's closest to b2 from the left side. Now we need to check from the right side. How we can check from the right side? By 2.001. 2.01. 2.1. Check if the value now is 2.001. What's the value for y that you will find?
8.003.
8.003. If x equals 2.01.
8.03.
Check if the value equals 2.1, so it will be 8.3. So when you will want to find from the right side, you will find that when x is closest to b2, the value of y also close to b8. It means there is a limit from the left side, there is a limit from the right side, and there is value for the function. It means this function is continuity as 2. There is no gap. If you need to graph the function at 2, you will not find any gaps. You will find that the function is continuity. There is no gaps. You understand this point? We need to check if the function is continuity or discontinuity. When x equals 2, Number one, you need to check if the value of the function, if there is a value for the function when x equals 2. Number two, you need to check the limit from the left side and from the right side. You got the idea for this one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it clear?
So do you always use 2 or do you use
No,
the
any
one?
number, for any number. I just give example for 2, and not for every time there is a value for the function f(x) equal 3x plus 2. For any function, if you need to check the continuity for any function at value of x, whatever the value of x, when x equals c, when x, just a minute, when x is equal c, any number. So number one, just replace x with c. Then they will find the function or not. If you find the function, if you find the value of the function, then go to the next step. If there is a limit when x is close to bc from the left side and from the right side, then what you will find? You will find that the answer is closest to be the value of the function or not. You got the point for this one? That's to check if the function is continuity or discontinuity. So that's if we have, now we have a cases now. We have a value of the function and we have a limit. If we have a value of the function, if we have a limit, it's mean we have, this function will be continuity function. But what if we have a value of the function, we have a value of the function and, sorry, we doesn't have a value of the function and there is no limit for this one. There is no value, there is no limit. That's defined by discontinuity. Discontinuity, we have 3 cases. The first one, the infinite discontinuity. And in this case, you will not find a value of the function and even the limit. You will find that there is no limit. From the left side, you will find that it's going to a number. From the right side, it's going to another number. They will never be connected together. It means the graph at this function is infinitely discontinuity function. Infinite discontinuity function. You understand this one? Again, for this point, we need to check for number when x equals any number. Suppose that we need when x equals 2. Just replace x with 2. If there is no value for the function and there is no limit, it's mean this function will be infinite discontinuity. What if you didn't find a value of the function and you find a limit from only one side? It's mean this function will be jumping discontinuity. Jumping discontinuity. You get the point for this one?
Yeah.
Sorry, there is a value for the function and there is no, when x equals here. There is value of the function and it's only, there is a limit only from one side. Just a minute, okay. We have a Farooq and Yusuf, okay. There is a value for the function and there is only one limit from one side. What if there is no value of the function but we have a limit? It will be removable discontinuity. It means there is one value at denominator which make the function is undefined. Again, for this one, we have now 4 cases. 4 cases. 2, if you have a value of the function. 2, if there is no value of the function. For the 2, if you have a value of the function. If you have a value of the function, if you have a limit, it's mean this function will be continuity function. If you have a value of the function and there is no value, you have a value of the function and you don't have a value of the limit, there is no limit. If you have a value of the function and there is a limit from only one side, it will be jumping discontinuity function. If there is no value and there is no limit, it will be infinite. If there is no value and there is a limit, it will be removable discontinuity function. You got the idea for this one? Only you have to write this statement. What?
I have a question, sir.
What's the question?
So what is a limit?
A limit, when you want to find the value of c. Again, for this one, suppose that we have a function f of x equals 3x plus 2. You need to find the value of 2. How you represent this one? Well, can you find it? Just replace x with 2. So 3 times 2 equals 6 plus 2 equals 8. Now we need to find the limit. When you find, what is the meaning of limit? The closest value of 2. When x is closest to b2. What is the meaning of closest to b2? It's mean 1.9, 1.99, 1.999. Now you are close to b2 from the left side, not from the right side.
Okay.
So that's the meaning of a limit from the left side, from the negative side. From left, it means from the negative side. And now you have to check from the right side. When x is close to b2, from the right side, it means 2.1, 2.01, 2.001. You are closest to b2. What you will find
Okay.
from the answer? You will find that the answer is closest to b8 or not.
Yes.
If you find that the answer is close to b8, it means there is a limit for this one.
Okay.
When
So,
x
but
is
if
approached to b, when x is approached to b2, the f of x is approached to b also 8. You get the idea for this one?
yes.
Okay. Now we need to check. If you need to study if there is a continuity or not, you need to check at the first if there is f of x defined at c, if there is exist value or not. It means replace x with c, with the value that you need to study. If there is a value, it means there is a value of the function. The value of the function is exist. Then you need to check to approach from the left and from the side. When you find that, when x is approached to b, c, there is a value or not, then it means the function is continuity function. So question number 1, we will understand the point now. For the function we have f of x equals 2x power 2 minus 3x minus 1. We need to study if there is a continuity at the function when x equals 2 or not. Then we need to justify the answer algebraically. So what is the first step to solve? We need at the first to check for x equals
Replace the
2. Replace x
2.
equals 2. So 2 to the power
equals negative 5.
2 to the power 2 minus 3 times 2 minus 1. What is the value that you would find?
Negative 5.
You find that's 2 power 2, that's 8, 16, 16, just a minute. That's 2 to the power 2
That's
equals
1.
4, 8. 8
1.
minus 6 equals
Yeah, because
minus
That's 1.
1.
yeah, because 2 times 2 to the power of 2
2, that's 8.
minus 6 minus 1.
Minus
8
6
minus 7.
minus 1. 8 minus 7, which is equals to 1.
Yeah, because PEM does. That's why it's 1.
Omar, it's okay now? Then f of 2
Yeah, I accidentally put
equals
square.
1. You got the idea for this one?
Sure.
Okay. Now we need to check from the left side and from the right side. How we can check for that? That is the table that we have. And we need to divide it. So we have, that's the value of x. And that's f of x. So at the middle, we need to check for 2. 2 will be at the middle. When 2 at the middle, it's mean the value now will be 1. That is the value that we'll find. 1. So how we can find one value before and one value after? Just, if you need to find the value which before, just subtract 0.1. If you need to find the value at the end, it will be by adding 0.1. Any problem for this one? Just subtract 0.1 and add 0.1. So if you subtract 0.1, you will find that will be 1.9. The next one will be 1.99. The last one will be 1.999. That's how to be closest to be 2. And if you add 0.1, it will be 2.1. The number which is before, which is 2.01. To be closest, it will be 2.001. You understand this one? By using calculator, please. Find the value of 1.9.
Sir, it's 0.52.
Sorry?
0.52.
0.52. The next one will be?
0.95.
0.95. The next one?
0.995.
0.995. Okay. Then from the left side, what you will find? You will find that when x is closest to b2, is approached to b2, what you will find for the function? The function is closest to b Now we have 52 is 0.92, 0.909, 0.95, 0.995 is closest to be 1 from the left side. It means there is a limit from the left side. Now we need to check from the right side. 2.1. What if x equals 2.1? What is the value?
1.5.
That's 1.5.
1.005.
So the from 2.01, what you will find? Hmm.
1.0502.
1.0502. Okay, no problem. 1.05. So 2.001 it will be
1.005.
1.005. It's mean when x is close to b2 from the right side, when x is approached to b2 from the right side, what you will find for y? You will find also y is approached to b1. So now we have when limit when x is approached to b2 for the function f of x, it's equals to, what is the value? It's equals to 1.
1.
That's right. And the value of the function equals 1. It means there is a value and there is a limit. It means this function is continuity function at, or there is a continuous at 2. At 2 there is no gaps. What is the meaning of it's continuous at 2? It means when you want to graph for if that is the coordinates, that is the coordinates. If you want to graph this function, so if you need to compare above 2, you will find that there is no gaps. It means the graph is continuity. There is no gaps above 2. You understand what is the meaning of continuous at 2? There is no gaps above 2. We got the idea for this one?
It only tells you at around 2. It doesn't tell you for the whole equation.
No. I need to study if there is continuous at 2 or not. You got the idea for this one? This function is continuity function at 2. There is continuous at 2. You got the idea for this one? So can you solve question number 2, please? We need to study if there is continuous when x is equals to 0. Please solve it on a paper and send it on Telegram. I will check if the answer is right or wrong. By the same way, I will leave you the solution. That's how you can solve it. So can you solve number 2, please, and send it on Telegram?
Buster, can you explain the last part, like where you wrote lim f of x is equal to 1 and all that? How do we like continue?
Which one? Again for this one.
Part.
Again for this one. How we know that's continuous or not? There is a value of the function or not? What is the meaning of there is a value? When you just replace x with the number that you need to study. You need to study for x equals 0. When you replace x with 0, there is a value or not? You find an answer or not? What is the meaning of there is a value or not value? When I say 2 over x, and I need to check when x equals 0, can you find a value for the function?
Yes, sir.
What is the value?
0.
How come 2 over 0?
If x is 0,
I said this one, this function. F of x equals 2 over x. We need to study for x equals 0. There is a value or not?
No.
There is no value. That's
Undefined.
right. Undefined. It's mean f of x is undefined when x equals 0. It means there is no value for the function. You understand now how we can find there is a value of the function or not? If you find any answer, it means there is a value for the function. The function exists at this number. You can find a solution for the function and there is a value of y when x equals 0. But for the function, suppose that we say this question number 3. For question number 3, when you replace x with 0, you will find it's undefined. It's mean the value of the function doesn't exist. There is no value of the function. So that is the first point. You need to check if there is a value or not, if there is an answer or not. There is a certain number or undefined. Number 2, when you find that, look at x from the right side. From the right side, when you just make x is approach to b2, it's closest to b2, you will find that y, or the value of f of x, is closest also to b1. That's right, from the left side. And from the right side, it's also closest to b1. What is the value? What's 1? 1 is the value of x when the value of the function when x equals 1. You got the idea for this one? You find the same. from the left side and from the right side, all of them is close to B1. And when x equals 2, also is equals to 1. It's mean there is a limit from the two sides. When x is approached from the two sides, there is a value. This value is close to this, the value of the function. It's mean there is continuity function. All of them is close to B1. It's continuity. It's mean that is the graph. When x equals 2, the value of the function is equals to 1. From the left side is closest to B1. I'm going to 1. And from the left side, from the right side, I'm going to B1. It's closest to B1. It's mean it's continuity from left and from right. You got the idea for this one? Are they clear now?
Sir.
Okay.
Can you do the next one?
I will solve the next one. Oh, just a minute. Please, if you want to send me any picture, please. I can't turn my screen. The computer. I can't turn it. Okay.
Is mine fine, or should I send it again then?
Hassan, please. No, this answer is not right. Kumail, Abdullah, inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un, ya Abdullah. I have to turn my face like that, huh? To check.
Oh well, I'll send it again.
No problem, خلاص. I will try. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. So, what you find now? You didn't complete the solution. Abdullah, you didn't complete. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un.
Islam, how do I send you a picture on Telegram?
Just take a picture using a mobile. Then send it to me.
Take a paperclip. Use paperclip the thingy. There's a paperclip at the bottom.
Like WhatsApp. If there is a paperclip, just attach picture or image, then take a picture with your mobile, then send it to me, like WhatsApp. Type. How we can solve this one? For f(x) equals x power 3. Number one, you need to check if there is a value of the function is exists or not. So the first step, you have to write by this way. F of 0 is equals 0 to the power 3, which equals 0. It's mean f of 0 is equal to 0. Now we need to complete solving. So that is the rectangle that we will fill. Okay. So that's x, and that's f of x. So at the middle, we have here 0. So we will subtract 0.1, and we will add 0.1. If you add 0.1, it will be 0.1. If you subtract 0.1, it will be negative 0.1. Negative 0.1. So what is the closest value for this one? It will be? You need to be close to be 0. Negative 0.001. Negative 0.001. Now from the right side, we need to be close to be 0, so it will be 0.01. 0.001. You need to check 0.1 to the power 3, it will be
0.0001.
Negative 0.0001.
0.001. Or negative 1
so
times
it will be, or it will be, sorry?
It's 0.027.
Sorry?
0.027.
27?
No, that's not.
How
Yeah,
to
yeah.
solve it?
You get 27 from 1.
Yeah.
Sorry, calculator mode
0.001.
Just let me check for this one.
We got 1 over 1,000.
No, you need to check. You need to check your answer, Shafai, because I didn't see the one. You need to be close to be. So 0.1. Okay. So it will be negative 0.001 or 10
1 over 1,000.
to the power negative 10 to the power 3. Negative 3. 1 over 1,000. Okay. Okay. So negative 1 times 10 to the power
Plus negative 6.
negative 6. Negative 1 times 10 to the power
Plus negative 9.
negative 9.
Yeah.
Okay. For this one, it will be
1 times
1 times
1
10
times
to the power negative 9.
9, 10 to
1
the power
times
6.
10 to the power negative 6. 1 times 10 to the power negative 3. So the answer now is closest. The number is decreased and closest to be 0. The number is increased and closest to be 0. It means there is a value for the function when x equals 0, so it will be 0. And f of x limit when x is approached to be 0, f of x is equals to 0. You got the idea for this one?
Yes.
Okay. Again, we need to solve, we need to check. We have piecewise function 1 over x when x is smaller than 0, and x when x is greater than or equal 0. Can you solve this one? With the same idea, we need to check.
So we can use any number for
No, for the
if it's
same.
smaller.
No, for the same, We need to check. Check for x equals 0. The same question.
Oh, same question.
When it's study for x equals 0. If the function is continuity or discontinuity.